Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are here in Delmar, Delaware for All Truck Challenge. Everyone made it safe. Brandon's 2500 made the drive, I think, but no, he got the enclosed trailer here. Everyone else made it here last night. I just decided to enjoy last night rather than film it for you guys, but here's kind of our pit, all of our tires. Dalton, what's your nickname, Dalton?
Asphalt Cowboy.
Asphalt Cowboy. He's got rock lights. And here's all of my tires, as you can see. Dave's more of a drag racer. Side by sides out here, and street drive is at noon. Did the meet and greet last night. It was a lot of fun. Sarah catered in some amazing barbecue. It was very, very good. And then Gordon topped it off with a very nice breakfast this morning. You know, it's always fun to have Gordon around. You can't miss him. He's the only one in our crew with gray hair. Yeah. We got Morgan Wallen present and accounted for. Shad's wife Kennedy's here. Of course, David somehow made it in his Ford. Shad, Meyer, and then this clapped out pile right here with this other clapped out pile right here. So, street drive, 100 miles. Shouldn't be too bad. Guys, we got the number one for being last year's champion. Look at this thing. It just, besides the bird poop, not too bad. So we're gonna fill our cab full of people. I'm gonna have 5 in here, so 3 in the back, 2 in the front. Then we got over 1,000 pounds of tractor weight back here. Cars running around. Car, you wanna be on camera again? Let's see your mean face. You got a poop, or is that your mean face? Nothing? I like it. All right, guys, we're going for our tech and weigh-in. There is the Matt Chapman right there. Look at that handsome man, guys. The one with the sunglasses half cocked. In case there's a ray of light, that man's ready to just do the old hood slap. But we'll get them all weighed in here. Again, 9,000 pounds is where we want to be. Our official street drive weigh-in, 9,050 pounds. We're good. Even for our street drive right now, I'm gonna get in the truck, load it up with people. We did elect to go heads up, and I'll explain why after this event's over, but we did go for heads up. I think we'll end up with more points anyway. Well, let's get this street drive going. Repent. There's a lot of things I need to repent to. I don't know if a GMC top kick truck is really where I'm going. All right, guys, we made the street drive. Big thanks to Shad and Meyer on the directions, and also shout out for the camera work. And we are pulling into the track. We made it. We're a little late, but we made it. We had to stop for a couple of guys that broke down. We were the last vehicle, so, but we made it. Any thoughts, guys? Pretty much stress-free.
Nothing to it.
Because we stopped, now it's up to a driver's meeting to see if we're good or not. We stopped for Steven Giordano to give him a fuse. Yeah. We stopped for Mario for a fuse and we cut a piece of wire off our truck. The truck stayed on and now it's up to a vote. And then we have the guy that got pulled over. That's pretty bad, guys. It was pretty much unanimous that we were able to stay. I kind of hoped it would be that way, but you never know. But luckily, everyone did the right thing. I appreciate them. All we were doing was trying to help people. So we are still in it. The only person that did not complete the street drive is Mario. So moving on, let's get ready for drag. Get ready for drag racing. We have the U-joint scatter shield. We got to take the weights out, the bump stops out, and fix the two-step, just like get it set, obviously, and we should be good to go. All right, and we're getting David's truck ready. He's getting radials. We pulled the weights out. A very random picture of Dave actually working on his truck. Very strange, very, very strange. And then we got the 07 all done, bump stops pulled out, rear U-joint shield pulled in, tailgate off, all the inside stuff done. Now we just got to set tire pressure and she'll be ready to go. We are heading over for our first round of qualifying. Heads up. Let's see how we do. Look at this window after the street drive, guys. Clean. In the heads up class, we have Joey Elliman, Chris Patterson, Dave, myself, and McGowan, and Hamilton in a Duramax.
I would imagine.
What are you going to say when you lose to Chris Patterson tonight?
Expected.
Okay. We went a 7:25, which basically means we didn't run a time at all. We broke out, so I'm gonna have to run again, but we went faster than Dave, and that's all that matters. Dave went 7:27, we went 7:25. Talking a lot of crap about who was gonna beat who, so I entered the heads up class to appease him. I'm holding a 7:25 time slip. Dave, what do you got?
The scrambles it back to the
It's not
the heads up
7:27. So not only does my truck outpull his dirt drag and dyno, beats him at the drag strip too. I don't think so. It wouldn't have mattered. What was your reaction time? 0.526. So I left before you out 60 foot. You would have never gotten around me. What was your mile an hour?
112.
Ooh, beat me there.
What were yours?
90.
After you hit the brakes.
After I did the race.
Yeah, that was probably on 4 kids to get to 90.
Oh. All right, guys, 762, not quite a 735, but it gets us on the board without being a goose egg, so I'm going to take it. We'll take it. We have our first round against David, so we're gonna line up with the blue truck. All right, guys, change of plans. We ended up going with Mario. He got added to the bracket, they redid it, and now it's him and I. Dave is racing McGowan, which is a 6'4". Well, guys, we got really lucky. Unfortunately for Mario, something broke. So we actually got to win that without putting very much effort in. I tell you guys this all the time with KOS. It's a little luck, a little planning, but we are moving into the semifinals, I believe. So looking good on points. Hopefully we can keep going.
Heads up. All truck challenge heads up class. The teammates have to go against one another in the ladder. David Patrick, left side of the racetrack against Josh McCormick. Excuse me, David Patrick on the right side. Josh McCormick over on the left. They're partners in a lot of trials and performance. Engine building, trans building, chassis work, you name it. They can happen for you. Based out of Abbott, Virginia. Been staging super hard golf tonight. I don't know if he knows there's a problem in the truck or what, but
Well, guys, in the spirit of partners, knowing that the only way I'd beat Dave is if I broke out, and honestly, Dave's truck is faster. Having him go up with a healthy trans against Chris Patterson in the finals is the right decision. So we let Dave have it. Say what you want, but this is all strategy, and hopefully it works out well for Dave moving on into the next events. Finals, we have Dave and Chris Patterson. This is definitely going to be a cool one to watch. All right, Chris is in the left lane. Good luck to you guys, man.
Thank you, bud.
Dave's in the right lane. And here's the champ, right? Oh, maybe not the champ, but the drag race winner for sure.
Daddy's gonna pick you up.
You got car waiting for him. Hell yeah.
Woo! Daddy! Yeah! 625.
I know. Dave did, in fact, win that race, so he got 500 points. I believe I got 470. Now we're gonna eat dinner, and we will fix a little fuel leak on Dave's truck, put his dirt drag tires on, put my dirt drag tires on, and get ready for the morning. Here she is, ready for dirt drags tomorrow. All we gotta do is adjust the second gear band, tires are on, we'll put some nitrous bottles in it and get it ready. I want documented evidence of the merge just putting in work. How's that second gear band looking, bud?
It's looking hot. I haven't actually checked the condition yet.
Oh. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being KOS last year, 1 being never coming here, what's the difficulty been like this weekend?
Freaking KOS last year, I would say. Possibly better.
Yeah. I was thinking about adding sandbags. Thoughts?
I've heard great things in the past.
All right, so this is Dave's band. Not completely done, but certainly not happy, so he slipped in a new one. I say Meyer slipped in a new one, and we'll put fluid, fresh filter on it, and he'll be ready to go for the dirt drag. Morning of day 2 dirt drag. I'm pulling into the lanes. Nobody wants to do a test pass, so I'm gonna get up here and just hopefully do our thing. first round of dirt drag qualifying is in the books. We went 351. All right, guys, going up for dirt drag qualifying 2. The only person that's beat us is Chris Patterson by 1,000. So I'm gonna go try and run it again and see if we can get around him. The brackets sorted out. We are the number 3 qualifier. The number 1 qualifier is broken, so we're technically the number 2. We're gonna go through the bracket. I have a first round bye, and let's get after it.
Josh got a first round bye, so he's just gonna break the beams. David also got a first round bye, so he's going to do the same thing.
All right, so far, Dave making his way through the dirt drag bracket. We had a first round bye, and then we raced Robbie Garcia. He went straight through the beams, so we won that on basically a red light. And I think now we're up against Patrick Bound, Moonlight Diesel, and Fab. So I got a VP. I hope, dude, second gens are my kryptonite in dirt drags. Don't count yourself out yet. Well, guys, we got taken out. Patrick Brown, Moonlight Diesel Fab got us on the reaction time. Got caught sleeping and could not get around him no matter how much nitrous we threw at it. So we'll get ready for the sled pull. Dave's still in it, but because our crew is a little smaller, I'm gonna start putting my sled pull stuff on, and we'll get it ready. We got her all set up for sled pulling here. Weighted down, wide, dirty. Dave is getting his done. He actually went and won the dirt drag, so he is killing this dirt slash regular drag racing. And so far, all he's needed is second gear band, little fuel fit in action. We've just kind of been adjusting things as they wear in, and all in all, ooh, random opportunity to see David work. Everyone always thinks Dave never works.
Wait, why is that?
Get a picture.
Whoa.
He just knew the camera was rolling.
Hey, you can stop pretending I'm done, Dave. First pole, 300 plus feet. I think right now we're still in first. There is a couple good pullers still, so hopefully it'll last, but we never know. We never know. But we'll see how it does.
What are we doing here, Josh?
A little cool down. I guess we'll have to turn it up for the next pole. Yep. Guys, we just finished our second sled pull. I'm not sure how good we did. I know we didn't go as far, but we went past the 300-foot mark. I do know that. Truck still runs. Got the nitrous turned off. I'm gonna go enjoy watching some of our competitors sled pull and just try to take in the moment. But she's dirty, but she earned her keep tonight. Cast pistons for the win. Just look at how good this thing looks. If you can't tell, my voice is very tired. I'm very tired. It has been a very long weekend, and we got the 3K champ right here. Look at these two ladies. Let's look at this view. Just so much raw horsepower. I love it. All right, here's Chris Patterson. Want to shout out to this loyal subscriber here. Look at that, guys. ATC flagger wearing my shirt. This is pretty awesome. Unfortunately, obviously you guys saw Chris break. We did win the second heat of pulling as well, so I'm pumped. Can't wait to see the scores. Let's see where we're at. All right, now we're getting ready for the dyno, putting the street meets back on, front and rear. Got the weight box off already, and we're slowly chipping away at it. Meyer and Chad really putting in the work. Definitely a team job. All right, so we're looking at the magnet on the trans that we have not serviced all weekend. Meyer, I would say it's safe to say that we're all right. What's the fluid look like?
Nice and cherry.
What miles on it, but it looks fine. I'm gonna pull the pan just to make sure it looks good, but yeah, I'm not worried.
All right. It's those Mer mods in that valve body, huh?
I'm pretty sure it's how the trans was built.
I mean,
at least how it was refreshed.
I'll take half the credit for that. You want to talk about that extension you left in my drain pan last time?
Is it still in there?
No, I took it out. All right, and here's the pan. Let me see that light here. Nice to see. Nice and red. Not a lot of debris. I'll take it. Morning of day 3, Sarah got a replacement dyno after not being able to get theirs to work. We're going through the scores right now, but it looks like we have about a 100-point lead. So we're gonna just probably make 1,300 horsepower, and hopefully this thing drives back on the trailer. And all we gotta do, cable, transmission, blanket, and we are ready to go. All we did last night, trans fluid filter, and an engine oil change after a very unfortunate dipstick situation. So it happens. Who broke the dipstick? Mer. So other than that, she's ready to go. Got the nitrous in and everything. So we just crunched the numbers. This is an official score. It looks like we have a 160-point lead, and we would be doing social media injustice if we didn't thank the guy that was ultimately responsible, business partner.
Really fell on that sword.
What I'm here for.
Yep.
Take one for the
What was your thought process as you sandbagged your way through the sled pull? You're just...
I saw it breaking trucks. You know, even though I went third, I just felt bad in my truck. I said, you know, not today. I'm going to shut down on you here.
So you...
an engine.
All right. Car was really he was our lucky charm, huh, Car?
The real MVP.
Let me see your 50 Cent mad face.
You get the...
All right, so all truck did get the disaster averted Ken's dynos here. So that would have been the dyno we would have been on. They called him in the morning. He drove 4 hours plus traffic to get here. So we are back on schedule with just the dyno to finish out the competition. We'll see how everybody does. I know Chris Patterson's trying to do it in front wheel drive, so this should get exciting. And there's the guy in second place.
Yeah.
Duramax.
That's right. LBZ.
LBZ.
Yeah, because I know
got Chris Patterson going up on the rollers in front wheel drive, guys. All right, so they got him all strapped in. If you guys look, we have sled stops and straps there, chains to a skid steer there. Although this does seem foolish, all of the best precautions have been taken. After sled pulling, Chris Patterson destroyed the housing on his AAM. So his only option is this. As you can see, putting on all his equipment. And really the concern here is the torque steer. 1537. So he's gonna turn it up. So 2,260. Impressive. All right, here's another attempt. I'm assuming they turned up the weight once more. All right, Chris did get out safely.
Yeah, we're good.
All right.
Good.
Still has oil pressure.
Hey, get my rod. Yeah, get the rod.
Nice.
Sure does.
Turn off the right side.
No, fire spread. You know, if you would hear them at 3 bottles.
2449. It definitely let go going up though.
Yep.
Yeah, it sure did. It was definitely going up.
Yeah, it was going up.
But Chris is okay, and that's all that matters. All right, guys, we're in the dyno now. Obviously, Chris has this. We're gonna play it kind of safe. We're thinking 1500-ish horsepower, just to put on a decent show, but not kill the truck, because they are much easier to move when the power steering and everything works. So we'll try that and see what it does. We got it all dialed in here, cleaned up. Meyer got the cable and trans blanket on it. You guys can see it got a little crispy on the pole there. That's a long sled pole when you're going slow. So we got the jets in there, the tune-up in there. The Wizard of Oz has approved it. And we're ready to go. Just got our tech and let's go. My favorite kind of truck, nitrous assisted factory race trucks. Nicholas Aruda 6-liter. I don't know why, I love this truck. Harley Davidson. What a unit. All right, here's Patrick Brown, VP truck. We have Kurt Hamilton, who's currently in second place. I believe they're getting the dyno calibrated, perhaps. Guys, we are a couple of trucks away. Just look at the way this truck sits at night in the stadium on the dirt. The more I do this, the more I just feel like this thing just needs to be a sled pull truck, and see if we can hang. I don't know yet, but it looks fantastic.
That's all you need?
Yep. Done? We're good.
Done.
We're done.
How you feel, champ?
It's a pretty nice day, not gonna lie.
Absolutely. Congratulations on 2P.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're done? We're good. We're done.
All right, guys, here's our dyno sheet: 1485 and 1800 foot-pounds. Look at that torque number: 3900 RPM, peak horsepower at 4200. And as you can see by the graph, it did in fact kind of nose over. So after we've done all the math, we really just had to go on the dyno, but I definitely wanted to at least try to get like second or third on the dyno just to kind of keep our points good. And we did 1485, tune 3, 2 kits of nitrous, a 78 and a 72 or 73, and it still drives. So we will be on to the award ceremony and we'll check in there.
Goes to our champion. Well, it wasn't all easy for you, but understand.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of work just getting here, and then once we got here, the truck really just did what we hoped it would do all weekend.
Any particular hiccups that you had to plow through on yours?
I mean, we changed the oil, changed the trans fluid, and adjusted the bands every once in a while. That was pretty much it.
Smooth work is really what you want to have. It's really get through the vents of the system without really touching a whole lot of stuff.
Exactly, yeah. It's very, very appreciated.
We need to thank you for helping out in this program.
Obviously, my business partner, Dave, and his family came out. Brandon came here, Gordon, Shad flew out from Utah, Meyer flew out from Utah, and then obviously my wife and kids for giving me the time, and the sponsors that have been with us since the beginning.
Absolutely. Well done, sir. You're champion.
Well, guys, the best feeling is going home with this ginormous trophy, a little bit of cash, and we still have oil pressure, still have line pressure, and we can drive this sucker onto the trailer. All in all, Robbie Garcia got second. Huge shout out to him for killing it, coming back every year. Chris Patterson in third.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, guys, we are back from All Truck Challenge. We got back Monday night. Meyer and I drove back. Shad and Kennedy flew back. Gordon went back to Delaware, and then Dave, Keeley, and Brandon all left Sunday night after the award ceremony. But we did it. We backed up our claim from last year: ATC Champ 2021, ATC Champ 2022, back to back. We are the first truck to ever do that, which is really cool. I'm gonna keep this outro kind of short and sweet, but basically I just want to say thank you to my friends and family that came out and supported, or were just there supporting, sitting at home. To have friends like Meyer and Shad, and Shad's wife Kennedy come out, fly 2,000 miles to help me is awesome. They're always there when I need them the most, and that's what matters. I don't know why they come out and help me. I've been told numerous times I'm not the easiest person to get along with at events, but they're always there, and I can trust them with anything on that truck and know that they're gonna do it as good or better than I would do it myself. And I am truly, truly grateful to have friends like that. We had Gordon come out, cook for us all weekend, a little technical advice as well. He drove down, it was like 100 miles with his camper, helped us out all weekend. Huge thank you to him. Dave obviously was competing himself, and Keely and Car were there. Keely took care of a bunch of the packing and random just chairs and drinks and food and coolers and just everything that we didn't have to worry about. And she took pictures, got some videos for us, and I really appreciate not only Dave's help but also Keely's help as well. Big thank you to Brandon as well. He drove out and helped us all weekend, as well as Brandon was here knocking stuff out at the shop, so we had enough time to make it to All Truck Challenge. So I appreciate Brandon for coming out, and his family for giving him the time away from home to be there for us. I'm extremely grateful and honored to have the friends that I do that are willing to put their lives on hold so I can go play with trucks, basically. And then obviously my wife just taking care of our two crazy children and coaching gymnastics and doing it all. Like, I don't know why she does it. I don't know how she does it, but I'm grateful that she is the one that does it. She's far better with kids than I am. If you ask anyone, they would agree with that statement. And I know that no matter what, my kids are always in good care, and that's all you can really ask for in a spouse, really, especially with kids involved. And I don't know why my wife lets me spend this much time and money on this stuff, but she does, and I am grateful for that. I also want to thank all of our, well, not all of our, but the crew, the Spoke and Speed crew, Matt, Sarah, then there was Jill and Josh, as well as Matt, and I know there's a few others. I know the Nest group was out there, and there's a couple others, and I'm really bad with names, but all of them ran that event the best they could. They were spread quite thin with a lot of people that were supposed to help that dropped out last minute, and they still managed to get a no prep event in, and an ATC, and a dyno camp. So I feel like it's just awesome. We had issues with the dyno Saturday night. They told us about it. They weren't able to get it fixed. Sarah got Ken's Auto Service to bring their mobile dyno out. The dyno started, I think, 3 hours late, but we had a dyno. So it's incredible just to see how all that played out and how well they were able to audible. And when things weren't perfect or competitors needed more time, they were just always willing to help us out. Not only that, they got a lot of guys scheduled for RVs. They handled all the tent rentals, all that stuff they took care of. And I think everyone needs to appreciate what those guys do. I know if they make any money on that event, which I'd be surprised if they do, they don't do it for the money. They do it because they love the competition and the sport, and I appreciate their sacrifices, not only just that weekend, but all the weekends prior, all the late nights and everything else. And I think any of the competitors would say the same thing. Like, sometimes it can get a little hectic. Sometimes people get kind of salty when they're in the mood, but that event would not exist without them. So we need to be grateful for them. And yeah, that's kind of what I want to say about that crew. I obviously want to thank all the companies that still stand behind us and the truck. Obviously, we have myself and Dave's shop. We use our company card to buy a lot of these parts, so I appreciate Dave always putting in the hard work there. We have Dynamite Diesel Products. We had their injectors in the truck. Obviously, we're heavily invested with them, and I trust their fueling products. When they tell me where to run them at, what to do with them, I do it, and they usually work flawlessly. So I'm very grateful for them and their support. We also have Wagler. We ran their Street Fighters. We sell their Street Fighters. They make one of the baddest, if not the baddest, connecting rod on the market. We have Fluid Damper. Nick over there always takes such good care of us, and we are grateful for him. We have Diesel Performance Converters. Phil, I'm still running the same converter from All Truck Challenge 2021, so I'm very impressed with the quality that I get from him. And unbeknownst to me, I thought we had a Suncoast flex plate on that thing the whole time. It was also a DPC 12 bolt billet flex plate. been taking its beatings like a champ. I also got to thank Air Dog over there, especially Mason. He's my go-to guy whenever I need something over there. Christopher does help out quite a bit as well. And we're still running the exact same Air Dog we have been running for the past 18 months. One of the first 5Gs that came out. Never had an issue with it. Hot Shot Secret, we run their engine oil, and sometimes their trans fluid. It just really depends on if I have enough of their trans fluid for both of my trucks. So I appreciate Kyle for always making sure our engine oil, trans fluid stuff is covered. And I love Hot Shots because they're willing to give back to the sport and be there for a lot of events. As well as we run their fuel additive, their EDT, and their diesel extreme. So I love their products. We sell their products and I believe in them. On top of that, we also have, I'm trying to think, Manton. We have their valve springs and push rods and rocker arms, or valve bridges in our engine. And again, they've been flawless. Never had any issues with it. A big shout out to especially Murr over at PDD, just with our valve body that we have in the trans. He built it, love it, shifts great, solid. And then power driven for the cylinder head that's on the engine. That's their ported one, stock shelf, and that thing just keeps taking beatings, doesn't care. Haven't had a valve seat problem, freeze plug, nothing. It's just been a really solid product. And then WP Developments now, Ethan. Not only do we buy a lot of parts from him, but when I need advice, help, anything, he always is just one phone call away. Again, one of those friends that you didn't know you needed until you have it, and now I couldn't imagine life without having somebody like Ethan in my corner. So it was a lot of fun. We learned a little bit more. We bettered our score from last year, even though we didn't have to make as big of a dyno number. We just played it smart, conservative and smart. We tried not to beat on the truck if we didn't have to, because there's 0 points if your truck's broken. If you play it smart, you can end up doing really well just being consistent. We drag raced heads up. We achieved 480 points. We went our first round of qualifying. We went 725, which was too fast. Turned it down, went like 745. And then our first competitor was Mario. Mario unfortunately had some issues. Didn't even tell me about it though. Talk about a stone cold killer there. Didn't tell me he was broke. So I left the line like he wasn't broke. Looked in the rearview mirror, saw he was broke. Just kind of let out and coasted. Our next draw was Dave, and it's a double-edged sword. I try to outrun Dave, and I outrun my no cage, so Dave wins. And then if Dave and I both race heads up like that, and one of us hurts a trans and we can't move on, it doesn't make any sense to try and beat on the equipment, especially when I wasn't really focused on winning the drag race. Just beating Mario put me at 480 points, so I knew that was a good start from the get-go. Then we had dirt drags. We qualified number 3, 480 points. And then we went through the bracket. We had a first round bye. Then our second one was Robbie Garcia, and he red lit. And then our third round was Patrick Brown with his VP truck, and left the line a little late, tried to catch up, blew the tires off, and he went on, and he was like nervous. I appreciated it because I have been in his shoes. I was like, dude, like, you never know what'll happen. I said, on paper, yes, I should win, but you never know. Sure enough, he walked away and went another round. And then Dave did fight his way all the way through the dirt drag bracket, won that as well. We got ready for sled pulling. Dave unfortunately roasted his forward clutches, probably from all the dirt drag spool up and stuff like that. So he was out, and then decided that he was just, once you lose 500 points in that event, it's hard to come back from that. So he just called it quits for the weekend. We went first in the sled pull heat 1, 346 feet. Second place was Kurt Hamilton in a Duramax, 334 feet. Our second round of sled pulling, we went 336, and Kurt again right there, 324, and they did reset the sled. And then for the dyno, we did all the scoring math. I was 170 points ahead. So all I had to do, because so many trucks were broken after the sled pull, was I had to make 1 horsepower. I just had to turn the roller, and I would be last place in the dyno, and I would still win. But we decided to try and shoot for second, just to kind of, I don't know, because I thought it'd be fun. And we went 490 points in the dyno. Obviously, you guys have all seen that video of Chris, front-wheel drive, madman, dynoing 2,500 horsepower. Obviously, a little bit of a fiery end there, but that should be a lesson to everyone. A fire suppression system that Chris had put the fire out before the fire extinguisher people could put the fire out. I mean, that is best case scenario, awesome. Chris walked away, truck looked oily, but survived fine. None of the harnesses looked melted, so I'm sure he'll be back out there again. And yeah, just all the competitors, it was awesome to see some new faces. I know we got Michael Brown out from Tennessee. That was good. His white mega cab. He ended up blowing the Banks intake horn or intake shelf out during his pull, so he was unable to complete it, but he was doing really good in points up until that point. And I know Michael Brown always sled pulls pretty tight with us, so I'm sure with those sled pull points he missed out on, he could have definitely been in the top 5. We had some new, I'm trying to think who else was new. Patrick Brown was new. I think the white Duramax, his last name was Duvet, was new. Tyler Saffel from Virginia was new. I believe Stacy was new. And I'm sure there's a couple others that I'm missing. Nicholas Arruda was new. I'm trying to think here. And then we had a lot of the, more senior guys. Mario came back, just totally horrible weekend for him. Broke on the street drive, couldn't continue. Steve Giordano broke his transmission drag racing. Really sucks. He was unable to complete past the drag race. Joey Adelman was there. He melted a piston in his Duramax, which really sucks because he was doing really good on points as well. Then you had, obviously, Chris Patterson came back. Tiffany did well with her 68mm Duramax Charger in the old LB7 stock bottom end, 980 horsepower. Sled pulled really well, almost beat Dave in the dirt drags. So that was awesome to see her back out and fighting. We had Al Daniel come back in his OBS 6-liter. Unfortunately, he blew the turbo up on the drag or the sled pull. But when you have a factory race motor, that happens to turbos. They just make so much horsepower. The turbos can't control themselves. Nicholas Arruda also had a 6-liter. Both of those guys, tier 1 guys for sure with the 6-liters. Kurt Hamilton came back. And he actually ended up placing in 5th. Duvet in the white Duramax. I'm not sure what motor it was. I want to say it was an LB7, but I could be wrong. Came out in 4th. Chris Patterson in 3rd. Robbie Garcia, probably the most improved throughout since last year, came in 2nd. And I know that his group over there, I know him, his wife Kimba, and the Bare Knuckles Garage guys, you should be dang proud of that. That was awesome, especially for an untested setup, coming off of a engine failure at UCC to come back with a platform and come up in 2nd. That's awesome, and I'm very happy for you guys, and you earned it. All the top 5 did. And for anybody that wants to join next year, Sarah has the dates already. It is November 3rd, 4th, and 5th. It'll be back in Delaware. That track, much better in my opinion than 42. You have cell phone service. The circle track has bleachers, so you have bleachers to watch the sled pulling, and the dirt drags were there as well. The dyno was there, so like if you get in and you want to watch, like the stadium seating that they had for the circle track made it very easy to see what was going on. Huge thank you to Charles Pooch for coming out and announcing all weekend. It's always a good time when he's around. Just one of those positive vibe guys, and he can really change the mood from bad to good really quick. He's just got that gift. Even though he says he's got a face for radio, he's just, you know, just such a nice guy. And yeah, guys, I mean, I'm not sure if we're gonna go back next year. Let me know what you think. Part of me thinks I should three-peat it and then, I don't know, do what Fire Punk did at UCC and just try to help another team win, help Dave win. Do I just consider Too Good like Diesel Power Challenge and let somebody else take over the crown? I'm not sure yet. I haven't made up my mind. I don't know. And that's all I'm going to say about it for right now. We'll make up our minds later. This will end out our competition season for the year, at least for me. I think Dave's going to try and do some no prep racing, but I am done for the year. I'm tired, wore out, burned out, sleep deprived, knuckles hurt, fingers are all cut up, like I'm ready for an off season. So we'll enjoy the 07 in its current state until those rods give up or the block gives up. But guys, it went good. I got to see all my friends, hang out with all my favorite people, and yeah, we came home with the trophy. Big shout out to Sarah. Big trophy this year. Sucker's like 4 feet tall, I swear. I love it. I mean, I can't even put it on one of the shelves because the shelves aren't tall enough, and if I put it on the top shelf, it hits the ceiling. That's a big trophy. I like that. And yeah, obviously took home some cash. That's always good. And we'll, whether we compete or not, we will be there next year. We already dished out some money to sponsor the event for next year. So hopefully either I see you in your truck or I see you on the live stream or in person. Again, if you guys see me, come up to me, talk to me. Sometimes at events, I'm a little busy. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just trying to, my main focus is to compete there. So do not take that the wrong way. And hopefully if you're watching this and you did meet me and think I was an a-hole, I hope you understand the level of competition we're at, just how serious I take things. So sometimes if it comes down to talking to somebody or making sure we hit a deadline, like I am gonna choose the deadline. And it's not anything against you or anything like that. I put a lot of time and money and sacrifice into these, and I wanna make sure I do well for myself and represent the business well. Like this one, drop a comment what you think. Should we go back? Should we not? Stock block, cast piston 6.7, putting in work. Subscribe if you are not already, guys. And as always, I'll catch y'all on the next one.